What is going on, FG3000? Back in the place to be, and welcome back to Reverse 1999. Now, before we begin, today's video is brought to you by Reverse 1999. So if you do like what you see and you want to try the game yourself, please do so by using my referral links down below this video. So what exactly is this game, right? So Reverse 1999 is a 20th century time travel strategic RPG that is set to launch on mobile and PC on October the 26th. So what I want to do in today's video is share with you exactly what you can expect once this game hits global launch, once again, October 26th.
Who should be killed, human or arcanist?
So one of the most prominent features of Reverse 1999 has got to be the story. So of course with that, if story is one of your focal points, you gotta have top-notch writing and voice acting. And bruh, let me tell you, the voice acting in this game is on another level. Between the accents and the dialects and all of the regional accents, like really bring this game to life, all in English, baby. You know FG love a good dub.
That bloody Reverse, it took away so many precious CDs of mine.
So the story of Reverse 1999 will take you on a journey through different eras of the 20th century, right? You're talking like the roaring 20s, the swinging 60s, other decades that I wasn't alive for, all reimagined in this really striking and unique art style. From the characters, from the environments, everything feels incredibly immersive. But what good is art, story, setting, voice acting if you don't have a collection of characters that are fun to collect? Somebody told me once before that's really important. Luckily, Reverse 1999 probably has the most unique band of characters that I ever seen in the history of Gachadom. You got literally a floating apple with a bow tie. You have an empty talking suit of armor. You have an alien UFO. You have a character called Nick Bottom, by the way, who is a character that has a donkey head and a human body. In combat, you have 3 primary units and 1 assist unit that will assist you if one of your main units falls. All right, so to show off the combat system, we're gonna go ahead and fight Wand Lady. So we can see right now, she has these 2 swords above her head. This basically tells me what she's gonna be doing next turn. In this instance, she's going to be attacking me. Some other times she might be healing herself, buffing herself, debuffing, etc., etc. So we have our 3 units over here, and we have the apple right here waiting to jump in at any time. So I have 3 actions that I can do per turn total, right? So the first thing that I want to do, I want to go ahead and cast this buff card. This buff is going to increase the damage I deal by 15% and reduce the damage I take by 15% for all of my allies. In addition to that, we're also going to get 10% penetration for the caster this last 2 rounds. So we'll start off with this. So next up, I can do a couple of different things here, right? I already buffed myself, so I am going to do more damage. So if I want, I can just simply do more DPS, but I want to do something a little bit more fancy, right? So we'll start off with the buff. That's going to make me do more damage and make me take less damage. And since I know the boss is about to attack me due to these icons here, what I can actually do is make sure that I take even less damage if I'm lucky, right? So I have 2 attack cards here that are exactly the same. Now, if I slide these cards next to each other, I can combine them to make them stronger. And in some circumstances, I can get a totally different effect completely. Now, before we combine them, this card at 1 star basically just deals 200 reality damage. But when I combine it with a duplicate of the same exact card at the same exact star level, they combine together, and now it's a debuff ability that still deals that 200% reality damage, but it also inflicts disarm for 1 turn, which will prevent the boss from hitting me if I'm lucky. Now, do keep in mind, as you slide cards around to combine them, it does take one of your actions for that round, right? So my first action is buffing, my second action is moving, and now my third action is going to be debuff attacking. So let's see if we can actually make this happen, because this character is kind of a boss. Like literally a boss, not kind of a boss. So let's see, yes. So we just disarm, and you see that both of those turned into little X's, and now the boss didn't even attack me that round. All right, so let's keep going, shall we? So like we talked about a little bit earlier, this game does have elemental advantages and disadvantages. So let's take advantage of my advantage. So you can see here, these cards say stronger. This lets me know at a glance that these cards are gonna do more damage to this encounter. And we actually have a pretty good setup here of stronger attack cards. Watch what me do, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this card over here. That's gonna combine both of those together, making it a 2-star. That's gonna use one of my move actions there. We'll go ahead and put this up as our second action. Those 2 cards combine together automatically without moving them because they were right next to each other. And then we're gonna make that our third action, doing pretty good amount of damage here for our second round.
No need to look back. Advice from the forest.
Enemy attack! Enemy attack!
All right, so we just got a status effect called Petrify, exactly what you think it is, right? So since she is stoned, she can't actually act with any of her cards, but we should be okay. Because now I have two characters that have enough moxie to cast their ultimates. So the more you use a character's cards, the more you slide them around, combine them, you build up your moxie faster and faster. Once it's maxed out, you can then use your ultimate. So what we're gonna do in this round, we're gonna go ahead and do a buff, so that way we're doing more damage. I'm gonna go ahead and debuff the boss so I don't have to worry about her attacking me next round. And then here, you know, let's go ahead and do our first ultimate here. And we'll actually go ahead and turn this bad boy on ×2 speed as well, so you can kind of get a feel for what the gameplay is gonna feel like when you're actually playing. So now the boss is going to be switching it up here, right? So she's going to debuff me and cast her ultimate because now she has a full moxie bar. So let's see if we can't try to mitigate a little bit of this. Now, as much as I want to see the boss's ultimate for the sake of the YouTube, I'm going to be trying to mitigate as much damage as possible by using the power of the Timekeeper. Now, this is going to look very reminiscent to like summoner skills in other games, right? So as you're going through combat, you're going to build up these Timekeeper points that you can then use to cast spells to help your characters. So this is going to kind of help you mitigate and manage some of the RNG that you have as you're drawing random cards, right? So what I'm going to do, this costs 40, but this is going to allow me to basically have a free dupe card, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and dupe that attack card there. Remember, that's a debuff. So now we'll go ahead and debuff the boss once again, preventing them from attacking me, hopefully. We're gonna follow that up with an ultimate. This ultimate is more effective if you have any types of buffs on your characters, which I have plenty of. And then from there, we'll just go ahead and do an arrow attack. How about that?
Sempre caro mi su quest'erba cole. Each moment, now night.
Dude, I couldn't disarm her ultimate. All right, well, for the sake of the YouTube.
The gown with thorns. You shall repay with sacrifice of wounds. Penetrate.
So we have two characters here that are petrified. Not the best, but let's see if once again we can call in an audible from the Timekeeper here. Oh, that was actually not bad. Not bad at all. So at the stage of the game I am right now, I have two different options for my Timekeeper skill. I can, as you guys saw, I can basically make my own duplicate card, or I can basically mulligan my hand. If I'm ever in a situation where I literally have nothing I can do, we're good to go. So let's do it this way, right? We'll go ahead and start off with this attack here. We'll move these two together, combine them, and then that will be our second attack.
Frost you with the armor of the forest.
It's alright.
Frost you with the armor of the forest.
It's alright.
All right, so we're in that same situation again. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get lucky to get some cards that are actually strong. Yes, we did. Okay, so check this out. We're just gonna go all out. All stronger attacks.
Right, shiny arrows! Monkey blade! Did I meet your expectations?
And there you go, that is combat here in the world of Reverse 1999. Gameplay is broken up across 4 different categories, starting off with the story. Currently I have 3 chapters unlocked with 1 lock, so there is a ton of gameplay and story to be had here. The second category will be your tried and true daily resource grinds. In this game, it's called Resource. So these are gonna be all the different types of materials that you're gonna need to power up the heroes, or should I say arcanists, that you collected. This game does include an advantage and disadvantage system, so the colors look familiar, but of course the names are a little bit different. So you have Beast, Plant, Star, and Mineral, Spirit, and Intelligence. So if you bring Beast characters to fight against Plant characters, you're gonna deal an additional 30% damage against those foes. And with every arcanist falling within a specific category, such as Beast, this is going to be the stage that you need to grind in order to get the resources to power up your Beast characters or Plant characters, Star, etc. And then lastly, a gameplay mode I wasn't able to show off in my first video called Artificial... Give it a try, MG. Nah, I'm good.
Typhon won't give up his friends. Neither will Stagazee.
This gameplay mode is a weekly resetting challenge which will allow you to get rewards, and the rewards you get are going to be based on the total number of stars you collect, and these rewards include clear drops, which is fantastic for free to play. This gives you a weekly resetting gameplay mode where you can farm currency to do summons, refresh stamina, etc, etc. And speaking of free to play friendly, Reverse 1999 is a very relaxing game to play, right? You already saw the turn-based combat, very easy to understand, but it does have a decently high skill ceiling as well. So while one player might use a more simple strategy, or maybe they overpower the content by over leveling their characters, another player can tackle much harder content by just using a little bit of strategery. Which I'll think you'll find, in addition to all of that Reverse 1999 is a really easy game to play every day, right? Like, you can get through the main story just by playing like 5 minutes a day. There's no time-gated mechanics. It's a really, and I hope they're okay with me saying this, it's a fantastic side game to go along with your main game that might take a lot more of your time every single day. Reverse 1999 is not like that. So there you go, my friends, a nice little look at Reverse 1999. So if you're looking for a game that has an epic story, engaging gameplay, a really unique art style, hey, why not give Reverse 1999 a try? So go down to the description, go down to the pinned comment, pre-register for Reverse 1999 today to get a free 5-star character when the game launches on October the 26th. Also, of course, follow Reverse 1999 on all of its official channels and social medias for the latest up-to-date news and updates.